This is Patrick Janson-Smith, who is currently running the Blue Door imprint at HarperCollins, but he has been an agent and he was the boss at Transworld, which, and I guess among your authors there were, well, you tell me.
Well, Bill Bryson, Terry Pratchett, Andy McNabb, Frederick Forsyth, Gilly Cooper. I could go on.
So Patrick has published everyone who's anyone, really.
Yeah.
And you went into agenting and came back to publishing because you loved it.
Yes. I came back to publishing because all my friends told me I should get back into publishing. It's where I belong, and indeed, I think that's true. Agenting was an interesting exercise.
and do you find you have more contact with authors than you did as an agent?
Yes. Well, I mean, yes and no. Obviously, I was in contact with the writers that I was nurturing, as it were, but somehow the publishing of authors is a very different process and much more stimulating, shall we say. We've already been, I suppose, the way of looking at it, you've already been through the selection process.
And I guess to publish, to take on an author, you have to think, I know how, not just I like this book as a reader, but I know how to publish it.
Yes, exactly, and that's a very important factor when you're taking on a book. You've got to know how to publish it, and that sounds very straightforward. It jolly well isn't.
And that means you've got an idea about cover design, about title, about blurb.
Yep. Publicising the book, marketing the book.
And I guess it means you need a sort of, if you've got 20 seconds with a retailer, you know what you're saying in that 20 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to have that one line that sums it all up.
And do you think authors need to have that one line in their head?
Yes.
From the origination of a book, you think an author needs to be able to say, I am writing a book that is going to be...
Yeah, absolutely. It's like going to pitch a movie to a, tough-nosed, hard-nosed, whatever you call it, producer. You've got to be able to do it in seconds flat and really convince them that this is what you want to do, this is what you're doing, and this is how you're going to do it.
And I'll have to say, speaking as a writer, I think that is almost antithetical to most novelists, because the novel is an incredibly long art form, and we're happy at kind of 19,000 words plus, and that kind of 20-second thing, we just think, no, but there are shades and there are depths and there are layers.
Sure, but it's a snapshot. Look, this book is about, a demented mole strangler or something. I mean, you've got to get that little bit, and that's it. Obviously, it's got dimensions and depths and all that sort of how's your father. But
Patrick Janson-Smith says mole strangling.
Mole strangling is
a
hot new book.
Patrick, thanks very much indeed.
It's a great pleasure.